You may remember last week we showed you dramatic video from Spain of the annual running of the bulls.
Yeah, that's when Meg Ferris went out to do a story with a local dentist who has just come home injured from a bull after joining in.
Yeah, but Meg quickly found out his story and the lessons learned went far beyond the bulls.
You just hear clip clop, and there's a big massive bull beside it. The heart still pumping.
Ryan Thibodaux says the weeks leading up to the running of the bulls in Pamplona, Spain, is just like Mardi Gras time. No one's a stranger, and like parades, there are smaller runs in surrounding towns, porch parties, good food, adult beverages, music, and dancing in the streets.
I'm blowing the whistle, the band comes down the hill, the marching band, of which I know the clarinet player. He's like hugging me and he's like, oh, it's amazing.
So last month in Los Arcos, Spain, Ryan got caught up in the carnival-like spirit.
So for 40 minutes, the bulls are running back and forth and locals are running with them, and they are smaller bulls. And I'm like, I can do this.
But he didn't know the rules.
In the last 15 minutes of the event, they pulled the younger bulls and they let out the more aggressive bull. Just disoriented, a little bit frustrated, drooling, smells terrible. Like he's just not wanting to be there.
Overcome by the festive moment, Ryan joins in.
And I'm running in the street, but foolishly blowing my whistle as I'm running. I know, the whistle did me in.
Well, that, along with turning his back on the bull.
Before they hit you, they will give a sign and they'll dip their head, and then if you're looking, you can step out of the way of it. I didn't know that.
He was gored in his upper back thigh, then pushed forward down the cobblestone road by the bull. He's bleeding, brush burns all over, a broken wrist and shattered ankle. The local newspaper published a shot of the one-ton bull standing on his leg. So why would this 48-year-old New Orleans man, a father and husband, dentist, trumpet player and founding member of the Bucktown All-Stars, a fitness enthusiast, a man who goes on service missions to rebuild hurricane-ravaged Puerto Rico, who also journals his intentions, take such a health risk?
I'm gonna cry when I say this. I had a vision that brought me to the choice of living or dying, and I chose to live.
That vision happened last year. Ryan was going through devastating health problems for some time. Months of chemo for follicular lymphoma. His immune system was down to nothing. Then the pandemic started.
And my doctor said, Ryan, I want you to quit playing music. I want you to quit riding your bike. I want you to quit seeing patients at the dental office. It's too risky.
Right before the vaccines came out, he got the original COVID.
3 fevers a day of 101.9 or above, severe weight loss, a lack of taste, lack of smell, severe fatigue, mental fog, overstimulus to light, sound, you name it.
Did you ever think you were going to die from COVID?
Yes.
What did
Yes.
that feel like?
It was scary.
He was in the hospital for several months and at times in isolation.
It was intense suffering and gasping for breath in a fetal position for multiple days, no sleep.
He passed those long, brutal weeks with a mantra.
I would repeat, every fever eventually passes. Every fever eventually passes. And then I would say prayers in between. And then my other one was, tomorrow's gonna be a better day.
That's when the vision came. He saw himself struggling to walk down a tree-lined gravel path. As he gets closer to the light in the distance, his steps become easier.
There's no more pain. There's no more gasping for breath. And I am now walking towards this light, surrendering to the light. And I turn and I see my physical body behind me in the path. And I didn't want that anymore, right?
Going forward, all worries vanished. All that's left was the lifetime of love he experienced. Then a noise prompts him to look back again.
And surrounding my body was my loved ones, and my dog, and my coworkers, my parents, my friends. So I wasn't leaving the body, I was leaving that. And then this is when the hopping starts.
As Ryan got well, he focused his life on an attitude of gratitude.
God, thank you for the breath and the steps that have brought me to this service. Give me one more breath, one more step, and the guidance with how to use them.
He had already accepted a friend's invitation to go on a hiking and religious retreat to Spain. Bulls were not part of the itinerary, but it was that bull that caused multiple surgeries, facing up to a year of healing ahead. Still, that bull did not take away his gratitude.
After spending 3 to 6 months in the fetal position, gasping for air, sitting in a wheelchair, and breathing comfortably is less of a concern. Surrender and accept that God has complete control of the future. All the time you spend worrying about what's going to happen in a year, 6 months, who's going to do this and what's going to happen, it's wasted energy.
I was trying to think of what I was going to play for you guys.
Then another vision, or really a moment of clarity. Before Ryan ran with the Bulls, a surgeon told him take a year to heal from the cancer and COVID near death he went through.
And those two moments connected, and I was like, wow, all right, this is God, like in the bull form, running over me and saying, here's your year.
And while it was, yes, a bull and a near-death vision that brought him deeper wisdom in sickness, it's a lesson we can learn from as well in health. Meg Farris, Eyewitness News.